this scene gets everybody hot. What's up? Welcome to Destination Station. As always, I'm Destin. Thank you for clicking on this video. Subscribe to Destination Station, like this video, and follow me on all my socials. I want to talk today about this scene right here. I've speculated before in the past. A lot of fans have expressed that they're not happy with this outcome. Who can be happy with Dewey being dead? Okay, it feels like the heart was just ripped out from us. Heart was ripped out of the franchise, and it's like this Scream 5, Scream 2022, whatever you want to call it, was just going for shock value and just like almost like just pissing you off on every turn. Even though I do enjoy this movie, it does it does have like a bittersweet feeling. But this scene right here, a lot of people have theorized and speculated who this is underneath this mask. And I know that if you want to go by what Amber Freeman says at the end of Scream, whenever it becomes the reveal, that she's, took, the honor of killing Dewey. And a lot of people have speculated that, like, hey, she was too short compared to David Arquette. This cannot be Amber. So the question is, did Amber really kill Dewey, or was she just trying to get underneath Gail's skin at that moment and just trying to take the glory for the kill? But there has been other fans out there that have went online and talked about how it could be the possibility of Stu Macher taking out Dewey, which would make more sense. It would mean more meaning if the intention is that Stu Macher is going to come back and play a key role and maybe be the mastermind behind all this, because there are like little clips and Easter eggs that hint that he may still be alive. And he's been talked about in the present tense instead of the past tense. He's never been determined that he's actually dead or not. We've never seen a body. And people has gone through worse things than what Stu Macher has and still survived. So anyways, but today is not about Stu Macher. Today is theorizing who else could it possibly be. And we do know that, Sydney is married to Mark Kincaid from Scream 3. And they have kids together and everything. So, that was just like a fun little note, knowing that she is married, that her and Mark are together, and they do have kids together. But how does your husband, let you go back to the town where GHOSTFACE is reigning terror, pretty much, and how's he let you go alone, especially knowing that everything you've been through in the past? So my question is that if Mark Kincaid is still in this universe and is married to Sydney and is the father of her children, who's to say that Mark Kincaid could possibly be the mastermind behind all this? He could have gotten away with the events of Stab 3. We all know that the way Stab 3 was filmed, that there had to have been two killers. And we all know that Wes Craven has went on record and stated that he filmed it to where it looked like it was two killers, but it was the Weinsteins that changed that, and they only wanted the one mastermind. But with Radio Silence picking up the mantle and doing their own thing with this, and they're showing respect to Wes Craven, they could be also showing respect in the way of honoring his original ideas for, maybe Stu Macher coming back, or maybe there was two killers in Scream 3. And if there was two killers in Scream 3, Angelina could be still alive. But what if the fact that Mark Kincaid was actually the second killer and he actually got away with it? He was a smart detective. I mean, he was kind of like down and out, and he was just like, go get that bastard, He didn't go with Dewey and Gail to stop Roman. And it could have been just a coincidence that he just did not get caught. And the reason why, this hasn't really taken place with Ghostface coming back to Woodsboro and all that kind of stuff is because if Mark Kincaid is the mastermind, and he has this infatuation with the Woodsboro murders, Maureen Prescott and Sidney Prescott, but now if he's married to Sidney and has kids with Sidney, who's to say she's not married to the mastermind of Ghostface? Who's to say that? What if he was Roman's accomplice? What if Roman was actually his accomplice? Maybe they were both in on it together, because we all know that Mark Kincaid has stated that he grew up around the sets of Stab, and on the sets. So he knew his way around the studio. He knew his way around the lots and everything. So maybe he got this infatuation with Maureen Prescott at a very young age. And then, him and Roman met and they kicked it off. Maybe they actually got together and kicked it off. Maybe Roman did go and say, hey mom, and she shut the door in his face, and that started it. And then they got Billy and Stu to do their dirty work for him and everything. So yeah, this is a fun theory that I have thought about, because every time I watch Scream 3, I keep thinking that Mark Kincaid is just going to be a killer. Like, I don't know what it is. I like the guy. He seems very charming. He seems like a very supportive person on one end of the spectrum, but on another, it just seems like he's also kind of like too infatuated with Sidney Prescott and too infatuated with these murders, to the point to where it's kind of creepy. And he also had that dynamic with Dewey where they were like testing each other, like they were like, is that a threat? Is that a threat? This could actually be Mark Kincaid, and everybody could be on this Stu train, and I am too. I want Stu back. Trust me. If anybody wants him back, I want Stu back. But if this is not Stu Macher, my second choice would be Mark Kincaid, and that would surprise audiences. That would bring it almost full circle, and the question is like, what is the angle with Sam and Tara? Because that's what this whole thing is, and we know that Sam is actually Billy Loomis's daughter. So they're going to have to tie a lot of this stuff in. I hope a lot of this isn't an afterthought, whatever Radio Silence is going to do with it, and I hope it makes sense. It needs to be more connected. The Scream franchise could really benefit from some flashback scenes, kind of like how Jigsaw did with the way he set up murders and his victims and all that kind of stuff. We really desperately need a flashback scene in the next film, or in the 7th film if they do another one, or if they really got like a 3-movie arc thing, then I just hope it all makes sense, and the motive makes sense. It can't just be fans that want to revitalize the Scream franchise, or the Stab franchise. That doesn't do it for me. Even though that, okay, I accept it for this movie, let's lead to a bigger reveal, and let's have a more connecting movie. Because like what I want to see is, I want to see somebody from the original that was in a previous movie become the killer in this movie. If you've ever seen Scream the TV series, season 1 and season 2, you know that somebody from season 1 is the killer in season 2, and they had this whole thing orchestrated. Something like that. I like that, because we build to know these characters, and then that would be a big twist that would catch us all off guard, and it would actually make sense. Just make it make sense, Radio Silence. That's all. Matt and Tyler, just do it justice. Show Wes the respect. You're already on that right path. Let's just stay on it. Don't jump the shark. I know you're risking it all, but do not jump the shark. Okay, guys, let me know what you think about this theory. Do you want to see something like this, or do you want to just see it go in a totally different direction? But if it was not Stu Macher, my second guess would be Mark Kincaid is in this scene right here. I still to this day cannot buy that Amber actually took out Dewey, and that's not being sexist, that's not being anything like that. It just doesn't add up. Height comparison, don't tell me it's just a stunt double in the costume. If there was a stunt double in a costume, they need to find somebody that's the actual size. It just has to make sense, It just make it make sense. Okay, guys, One more thing I want to touch on here is that I have a very special guest this Friday night. It's actually going to be at 9:30 p.m. It was going to be at 10:30, but it's moved back to 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I have a very special guest, Nathan Bassell from Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon, will be on my channel. We're going to do a live stream for an hour. Be there. Hit the remind button. I have a reminder out already. Hit that remind button and be there and have your questions ready, because we're going to go a deep dive into that film. That's one of my favorite cult classic slasher films of all time. And he's going to talk about he's going to give his insight on his experience on the film and just slashers in general. So yeah, be there. I hope to see everyone there. So yeah, subscribe to Destination Station, like this video, and I hope to see you all Friday night, 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'll see you then, or I'll see you on another time. That's very confusing. I hope we're going to see each other. See you Friday.
Hello, sinners. It is I, Father Evil, and I invite you to Destination Station on YouTube.